Normally there are long waits and long queues in Algeria because of the mandatory currency changing that goes on. You have to change $600 into the local currency, and that has to be spent in Algeria. But as the raiders of the Paris-Dakar aren't going shopping, that's often money wasted. The system has been streamlined this year, but while they wait, some local entertainment in distinctly Algerian style. Ahead of them, a drive of 600 kilometers to El Oud and the start of the first special stage. These plumes of flame leap over 100 feet into the air as the oil refineries burn off their surplus oil and gas, providing a beacon that can be seen for hundreds of miles. It's in the early desert dawn that the raiders set off once again for another grueling day's work on 2 wheels and on 4. Good to see that the quads are holding up well to the rigours of the 1988 Paris-Dakar. The bikes on the whole coped better with that difficult first stage than some of the cars, but the car drivers were complaining that it was the bikes that was causing them problems, being stuck on the top of the dune so that they couldn't get through. And once you slacken your speed in the deep sand of the desert, it spells disaster, because the car digs in and it's very difficult to get going again. The only way is to get out of the vehicle, get the special tracks down and start digging. Number 81, Andre Malheur, triple world motocross champion and doing extremely well in 9th place in his first ever Paris-Dakar. But number 42, Tazaki from Japan, is living extremely dangerously. Tone Karsmarkers, in his days in the World 500cc Motocross Championship, was always known as an expert in the sand, and he's going well here in the desert. That stood him in good stead. Andre Malheur is simply one of the best motorcyclists in the world, and he's showing his true talent in the Paris-Dakar. Gilles Lallet has some time to make up on the Mighty Works Honda. Taking a quick look behind him, and it's Marc Morales, his teammate, who's going extremely well, up into 3rd place. Marc Morales, one of the surprises so far of the 1988 Paris-Dakar rally. But it's no surprise that Gaston Rayet is the rally leader, seen here with his teammate Guy Heinen. Not too long after this shot was taken, Heinen was to crash, breaking both legs, forcing him out of the event. Franco Pico on the Chesterfield Yamaha, a man many think could well score a stage win before the end of the event. And Gian Piero Findano, his foot forced off the footrest there by an unexpected bump. A few problems for former World 125 motocross champion Harry Everts. Not getting to grips with things in the Paris-Dakar as he did in the World Championship, which he dominated for several years. The rally leader on 4 wheels, Arie Vatinen, giving a dream debut to the new 405 Peugeot. The Peugeot coping with everything that the desert can throw at it. All types of terrain are being taken well and truly in its stride. Arie Vatinen, you'll remember, won this rally in his comeback event just a year ago. But keeping up the pressure and making sure the Flying Finn doesn't fly too far away is Pierre Latigue in the new-look Mitsubishi Pajero, the aerodynamically designed car, out for the first time this year. This is Patrick Zanaroli in the Camel Range Rover. And Zanaroli is well and truly in the hunt. He's literally flying. Patrick Zanaroli in 3rd place overall. Mitsubishi's in line astern, the Nikon Mitsubishi Pajero of Da Silva, who's been suffering from gearbox troubles. And this is Shinazuka in the Citizen Mitsubishi Pajero. Shinazuka in 7th place on the leaderboard. Patrick Tombe aims to improve on the 20th place he scored last year, but electrical problems won't help. He's to lose 24 minutes. And Juha Kankkunen is another man with electrical troubles. He loses 14 minutes in the Peugeot 205 and drops down to 9th place on the overall leaderboard. The double world champion finding the going very different to what he's used to in the World Rally Championship, as he disappears into a cloud of dust. One of the biggest surprises of the Paris-Dakar so far this year is Andretto up to 4th place in the private Mitsubishi Pajero. That is a big surprise. Andrew Cowan in 5th spot in the 2nd of the Works Pajeros. The aerodynamics obviously proving their worth in the desert so far. And this is the last time we'll see the buggy, the Volkswagen-engined car of Hubert Auriol. Shortly after this shot was taken, he was to blow up the engine and his rally was over. Auriol's teammate Xavier Lampere wasn't having any better luck. He too suffered from mechanical troubles and was forced out of the event. But this is the last we'll see of Jean-Pierre Jabouille in the Porsche. He's out of the rally now, as is his teammate Jacques Lafitte. But first, let's have a look at the trucks. And up into 7th place, it's the MAN truck of German driver Bernau. And up into 4th place, it's Jiří Moscal, another Paris-Dakar veteran in the Czechoslovakian Liaz. The Iron Curtain vehicles traditionally do well in the truck class, and this year proving to be no exception. Moscal's teammate, in fact, Kraser, is up into 3rd place, but being held up slightly by some of the cars in front of him. The trucks can cope pretty well despite their huge size with this sort of going, but once they're on the straights, of course, the cars tend to leave them behind. Last year, Dutchman Jan de Rooij won this class by over a day. So great was his domination of the event. And it looks as if he's jumping for joy on this section too. Just look at that fantastic sight as the massive double-engined juggernaut takes to the air. And just in case you didn't believe your eyes, take a look at this again. There's no question of de Rooij taking his foot off the accelerator as he approaches the dune. And he gets it well and truly airborne. That's the style of Jan de Rooij, and it's the style that's taken him to 2nd place in the trucks at the moment, the class being led by his teammate Van der Reyt. This is the fast service vehicle, believe it or not, for these two vehicles. Number 609, Dakar. He's up into 9th position in his own right, so he's obviously no slouch. Carol Lopre in the Tatra truck, another Paris-Dakar veteran. Was well up in the results last year, but seemingly making heavy weather of this section of the special stage. The mighty Pegaso of Carlos Del Val. This latter-day ship of the desert service vehicle for the Camel Range Rovers. He's in 6th position so far in the truck class. And this is the last chance we'll get to see Clay Regazzoni. Despite a courageous drive, Regazzoni will shortly be retiring in the Marlboro Tatra truck. It'll be a big blow to the Gaston Rayet team that one of their service trucks has gone out of the event. Another dawn in the desert, and another day, and once again, it's Arie Vatinen that's leading the 1988 Paris-Dakar.